All right, everyone, got another one for you. Knock at the Cabin. This one was pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not too sure what's wrong with M. Night Shyamalan and why he hates the human race, or it seems that way. But you'll see what I'm talking about when we get into it. But yeah, overall, pretty good movie. Let's talk about it. Here we go. All right, Knock at the Cabin. This one was pretty good, I would say, compared to M. Night Shyamalan's library of movies that he's done. It's not his best, but it's pretty good. It's up there with some of his best ones. Earlier I said I'm not too sure what's his issue with the human race. It just seems like every time there's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, it's kind of like trying to get you to open your eyes up to like how the human race is doing something bad, or I don't know, like I'll give you an example. Well, there is that one movie, I don't remember the title, so don't kill me on it, but apparently it was like the wind killing the humans or making the humans kill themselves because of how much damage they've done to the world. The village where these group of people took people out of like modern day times and kind of like reset their ways because of like, I guess the world, was turning, just different things like that, and then this one is no exception. I mean, you get from the trailer, you get what it is. And basically this movie is about this small family. Not that it matters, but it's a gay couple, and I say that because there's like a strong hint, but there's a strong presence of that inside this movie, which I wasn't really expecting. But you, as the movie goes on, you kind of see why the decisions were there. But anyways, this small family, they go on a vacation to a cabin, and as you see in the trailer, you have Dave Bautista's character. His name is Leonard. Knock on the door, and basically there's 4 people that are presenting themselves as to be these people that are gonna save the world, so to speak, but in doing so they have to have one of these family members kill themselves, and you can kind of just go from there. The actors that were in this were amazing. Dave Bautista, I have to say, I'm kind of shocked that he's not in a lot of headlining movies, like just solo movies by himself, rather than like him having to be an action star or the typical buff guy, give me a gun and I'm gonna wreak havoc kind of character. This one, he was very, very laid back. He did a very emotional character where he was very in touch with the children that he would you get all this from either the trailer or just watching the movie, but he's like a school teacher, a PE teacher, and he cares about the children that he works with. Like it's different role for him, and I loved him in it. And I really wish that Hollywood would give him more of a chance to be something other than just this guy that's a big brute, and he's really given himself that option in this character as doing that, right? Like he's really given himself that. But everyone from the 2 guys that played Eric and Andrew, Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge, to Rupert Grint, who played Redmond, Rupert actually did a really good job. In my opinion, he could be like Robert Pattinson, where people will typecast him just because he was in Harry Potter, and everybody will remember him as in Harry Potter, just like Robert Pattinson was in Twilight. And they don't really follow his body of work. And Robert Pattinson's actually got some really good acting chops. And I will be honest, I don't follow Rupert Grint's work, but in this one, oh man, he was pretty fucking solid. Sorry. Anyways, Abby Quinn was great. I'm gonna butcher the name, Nikki Amukabird, if that's what it is. And then also the little girl. I have to say, this little girl is such a brilliant actress. Kristen, if I butcher this name, I'm so sorry. Kristen Cui. She is amazing. I thought her acting was so beautiful and touching, and it was awesome. And I think that's what really played a big role into why I liked this movie, and why it kind of measures up there with M. Night Shyamalan's other movies. But again, it in watching an M. Night Shyamalan movie, you're kind of always not at the edge of your seat, but you're kind of trying to figure out what this movie is about, right? Because you kind of get like there's gonna be something, at the end that's just kind of bonkers or loony, like with that movie Old, or I don't know, what was that, the Sixth Sense, I think might have been his first big breakout movie, where the man was dead the whole time kind of thing. Like you go to these movies and you try to figure out what this movie is or what it's trying to talk about, and for the first time it was kind of what you see is what you get. And I say for the first time because I don't really remember a movie that he's done where you have to where you didn't kind of like be like, oh my god, here comes another M. Night Shyamalan twist, where it just was like either really really dumb or just really really brilliant. And yeah, to me this one was okay. It was okay. And the only other movie that I don't like to mention that was M. Night Shyamalan was and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, but Avatar: The Last Airbender. We don't talk about that. I am a huge Avatar: The Last Airbender and Korra fan, and I love that whole lore. And yes, I will say it's an anime, even though many will disagree. But yeah, we don't talk about that here. But this is pretty good. The actors, like I said, were amazing. Story is literally what you see in the trailer. You're not gonna get a lot of spoilers here. It really is what you see is what you get. And I think the movie, how it went out is just kind of answering that question before you go see it, is how is this movie gonna end? Do they kill each other, or or do they let the world perish? And I think if we're gonna take a step back and kind of like analyze or overanalyze this movie, I think that's what this movie was meant to do for you, was to kind of like make you think, right? If you're put in this situation, it's like that question or that phrase, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, right? Do you give up the love of your life knowing you're not going to see them again, or do you not give them up and everybody else just dies and you kind of like selfishly claim the love of your life, you know what I'm saying? So there's that whole dynamic there, which I really like. There wasn't really too much to like overanalyze it. Like I said, it's very WYSIWYG. There's nothing more, nothing less. Now, one thing that I will say, I was a little pissed off that they advertised this as a rated R movie. Now, I know not every rated R movie needs to have like decapitations or limbs flying, or all this stuff that that would suggest when you hear that a movie's rated R. But at least like show some stuff. Like they didn't show any of the kills they showed that they happened, but they didn't show like like a beheading or anything. It was just kind of like suggested, which kind of for me was just like the whole thing felt very PG-13, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I really wish that there was an opportunity there to show something. I mean, hell, you have like movies like The Terrifier, like using practical design when it comes to like showing blood and decapitations and all that good stuff. So why not here? Like, I think that they could have played with that a little bit more, but overall it didn't take away from the movie. Maybe they wanted to have you really focus in on the story, the characters, the acting, and all that good stuff. But another thing that I will say that I didn't like about the movie is flashbacks. And I think it was Kurt Sutter, the writer and creator of Sons of Anarchy and Mayans. I believe he said when he was doing the Sons of Anarchy, the reason why you don't see any kind of flashbacks is because it breaks the continuity of the story that he's telling. I believe I'm paraphrasing there, and I want to say I'm like about a good 80% that it was sure that it was Kurt Sutter that said that. But in this movie, for me, anyways, that happened, right? Like, you would get to a good part of the movie, and then all of a sudden, boom, flashback, and you're like, ugh, right? And I get it. Like I said, I understand why they did that, but I feel like, I not feel, but I kind of question how would the movie have been if we got all of that flashback stuff at the very beginning and then just kind of weaned ourselves into the cabin situation, because the way it starts is literally with the cabin and they're already there and all that stuff. So there's really no explanation, and I guess that M. Night Shyamalan wanted to just kind of like start with a bang, and this movie delivers. So yeah, that's my take on it. And it's like I said all the time, it's an honest reaction. I do encourage everybody to go see it for themselves, develop an opinion for yourself, and let me know if you agree with me, or maybe point out some stuff that I probably didn't even think about. Every time that I come on here, I don't write things down, I don't script anything, I'm just shooting from the dome. I literally came back from the theater, so I might miss things, I might get things wrong, like names and stuff like that, because again, I'm not preparing. This is just me right off the dome. So if I miss something, definitely let me know in the comments. And yeah, man, this one was pretty decent, I have to say. And I gotta say, after last weekend from Infinity Pool, not Loop, gosh, man, I'm so stupid. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. I was calling it Infinity Loop instead of Infinity Pool. Anyways, from that debacle of a movie that I really did not like, and now after a week later, I still don't like. I think this weekend was much more better delivered when it came to this movie. So kudos to Knock at the Cabin. Knock at the Cabin. I don't want to butcher another title. And then also kudos to everybody that acted in this one. It was very well done. You guys knocked it out of the park. So yeah, man, thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this movie. If you didn't, let me know. If you did enjoy it, let me know. Again, not a movie guy, just giving my honest reactions. All right, guys, spread that love. Good later, and have a great day. Later.